Hey guys, James Baek here, and it's time for some more Doubles Battle Spot from Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. We are going to use a team of Terrakion, Thundurus Incarnate, Bisharp, Rotom Heat, Breloom, and Salamence. So I was able to get a few of the legendaries thanks to a couple of my awesome friends, and we're going to try them out. Obviously, this team was built last minute. I just grabbed a few random Pokemon from my box and put it together, as you can tell, since I have a huge weakness. Alright, we found someone from Japan, 1616 rating. Let's see how this team is going to play out. We're going to see Tyranitar, Gardevoir, Infernape, Rotom Wash, Bisharp, and Talonflame. So it could be a Mega Tyranitar or a Mega Gardevoir. Most likely that Talonflame is carrying Tailwind, maybe Quick Guard. And the Infernape most likely carrying Focus Sash. Let's see what I can do. I think that Rotom Heat really doesn't help in this matchup. I mean, it can wall the Talonflame and probably knock out the Bisharp, but I'm thinking Thundurus and Terrakion is the lead. I definitely want to bring those two. With Breloom, because Breloom does well against half his team. And Salamence does give me the Intimidate. I think I'm going to lean towards Salamence for the Intimidate support. So let's see how this is going to go. Okay, Thundurus and Terrakion is gonna lead against Infernape and Gardevoir? Yeah, Infernape and Gardevoir. So, he's gonna trace my Prankster ability, probably useless since this lead's most likely common for a Mega Gardevoir. So, right here, I do not want to take any damage from my Terrakion right now. And I really had no safe switch-ins, and I just realized that I have 3 types weak to Fairy as well. I should really build these teams more seriously. I am going to Thunderbolt the Infernape and Protect. I do not want to lose my Terrakion first turn. And I'm pretty sure I can live with Fake Out plus Hyper Voice combination from these two Pokemon. Gardevoir is going to Mega Evolve, going to get that Pixelate, going to get that Speed Boost and that Special Attack. Terrakion is going to Protect. Infernape is going to go for the Fake Out onto the Thundurus, as Thundurus can't move, and we're going to see an Icy Wind. And that's going to lower the speed of my Thundurus. So, there were 2 plays I could have actually made. I was actually hoping he would go for Hyper Voice instead, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I think he wants to just... He could basically knock out both my Pokemon right now. I'm going to Swagger my own Terrakion since I carried a Lumberry. I'm going to Rock Slide to hope to get a KO on that Gardevoir. And do a lot of damage onto that Infernape, who's probably carrying Sash anyway. So Swagger's going to happen on my Terrakion. It's going to confuse me, but I am going to be able to eat my Lumberry. That's going to snap me out. Rock Slide is going to happen onto both of these Pokemon. This should do a lot of damage, as it almost picks up the knockout on these two. And it looks like both his Pokemon flinch, and that is huge. Basically, that flinch means, those flinches mean my Terrakion and my Thunder survived this turn, and now things are looking pretty good for me. I'm going to switch Thundurus into Breloom because I want to conserve my Thundurus. And I'm going to Rock Slide, because I have no reason not to Rock Slide. So I'm going to switch my Thundurus out to gain control of the speed. Go into Breloom. We see the Infernape is actually Speed Time with my Terrakion, and knocks it out. I was not expecting that, as I thought Terrakion was a bit faster than Infernape, but apparently I am wrong. as Breloom is going to be broken down to its Focus Sash, and now the game is actually bad again. Breloom and Salamence versus Gardevoir and Infernape. I do have a Thundurus in the back, but my Pokemon seem very damaged compared to his. A smart play he could do is switch out into Tyranitar, which I'm really hoping he doesn't, as that will break my Sash. And I have no real way to take care of Tyranitar if he has brought it in the back. As I'm actually predicting him to bring the Tyranitar in. However, I really can't do much about it. I'm going to protect Breloom and double protect, get that speed boost from Mega Salamence. I'm hoping he didn't bring Tyranitar, because I did have Breloom and Bisharp and Terrakion, which are 3 ways to counter his Tyranitar. Looks like he's not going to switch out, and I'm going to be able to get a double protect off. As Salamence is going to protect, and Breloom's going to protect, and his Pokemon are just probably going to use moves that will just connect with my protect, and now my Mega Salamence should outspeed both his Pokemon and KO. So now I am going to Spore the Infernape slot in Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice should knock out both these Pokemon, but I am going to Spore in case he switches out the Infernape, which is probably likely. Which he doesn't. Hyper Voice is going to happen and knock out his remaining Pokemon. So now it's a 3-2 lead. However, my Breloom's at 1 HP. My Thundurus has already taken some heavy damage. So now it depends on what he has on the back. If he has Tyranitar, I'm probably screwed. Unless it's Scarf Tyranitar, which Mach Punch does well. We're going to see the Rotom, and we're going to see the Bisharp. That's actually probably the best thing I would love to see if Breloom wasn't in the worst spot right now due to it's at 1 HP. I'm going to protect the Breloom because I obviously need Breloom for later. And I think I'm going to Draco Meteor the Rotom, predicting a protect from the Bisharp. Breloom is going to protect, as Bisharp's going to go for the Sucker Punch onto the Salamence. That won't OHKO. It is a Life Orb Bisharp that we reveal. Draco Meteor is going to happen onto the Rotom. This should do some decent damage, as it does about 75%. Rotom Wash, not revealing the Citrus Berry, and goes for Thunderbolt onto the Breloom slot. So, here's where it can get tricky. I am running an Adamant Breloom, and if that's an Adamant Max Speed Bisharp, we speed tie, so if he decides to target Sucker Punch on my Breloom, it's gonna knock it out. I think Mach Punching the Bisharp and switching out my Salamence into Thundurus will be the best play for me. Hopefully, if his Bisharp protects, Rotom's probably going to target the Breloom, knock it out, and then I have a free switch out. But it looks like Sucker Punch is going to happen onto the Breloom. That was what I was worried about. And now it seems like I'm in a very bad spot, as Rotom's going to go for the Thunderbolt onto my Thundurus, which does a lot. And this seems very bad. So now I'm in a very bad position where I have a Salamence and Thundurus versus a Bisharp and Rotom Wash. I should really run Jolly Breloom next time. But right now, I'm thinking Fire Blast the Bisharp. And I think I'm going to have to rely on Swagger in this battle. I normally don't like to, but when the odds are against your favorite, you really have to rely on the chances. Swaggering the Rotom Heat will probably be the best play for me, as Swagger is going to connect with that Rotom Wash. Going to bring it to +2 attack, and it's going to be confused. Bishop's gonna go for the Sucker Punch onto the Thunder slot, but fails. Thunderbolt, not Thunderbolt, Fire Blast is gonna connect with the Bishop, which is able to knock it out. And let's see who the Rotom Wash is gonna target. Rotom Wash is confused, and it hits itself in confusion, which pretty much guarantees me the game. I think I pretty much won anyway, because even if he did move and let's say he knocked out one of my Pokemon, the Thundurus or the Salamence, I would have probably been able to knock him out with another move, as long as Salamance's Draco Meteor didn't miss. So, pretty good spot I was in, and the match was forfeited. So, even though it looked like I had a pretty big advantage thanks to double Rock Slide flinch, he was able to turn it around thanks to speed tying. And basically, I turned back into a really bad spot and was able to turn around the game thanks to a few switching and a few predictions. Like, Bishop didn't protect twice, so I doubt it would have protected again. If he did went for the protect with Bishop and his Rotom Wash was able to attack, I might have actually been in trouble there, because it would probably have been Mega Salamence versus Rotom Wash and Bishop, and I probably would have lost because he could just Sucker Punch and Thunderbolt for the game. So I hope you guys like this. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and follow me on Twitch. I do a lot of live streaming now. And follow me on Twitter to know when new videos come out and more streams and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys next time.